4 or 5. Good enough. We're good.
Okay. We will go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Yes.
Shauna can hear us. Yes, we will call the meeting to order. Minutes from the October 16th meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes from October 16th.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we will move on to the staff report.
So get this up to.
Oops. Did you forget to change the date?
I
Matt?
did.
Okay, that was really trying to confuse me.
I noticed it as soon as I sent the email and then reread it. I don't know why I do that. 'Cause I just stress myself out doing that. But
Yeah.
noticed it right away. So yeah, it's January 29th staff report. There should be 3 things on there. Diamond Crest parking lot trail update, staffing changes, and then end of year report. Everybody there?
Yep.
Yes.
JB looks confused.
Wait, which page?
Yeah.
There's like 20 pages.
This is all the meetings.
It's like towards the very end.
Oh, so that's last meeting. Okay.
Yeah. There was a lot.
Perfect.
Yeah. Those have been approved, so don't even worry about those.
This one right here.
Perfect.
I think keep that up.
Need that.
Yeah, and keep that guy.
Perfect.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so I'll go ahead and go through the staff report since we last met in October. So I'll give an update on Diamond Crest parking lot and trail update. The Diamond Crest parking lot construction has been completed.
Woohoo.
Yeah, the asphalt work, striping has been finished, and the final grading was completed earlier this month. The OK Railroad Trail project was bid in November. Epic Concrete Construction was awarded the contract. Construction is scheduled to start in the spring with the goal of completing the project by Memorial Weekend, and more on that to come here and later on in the report. But yeah, I mean, we were working on that since this time last year.
Since before Haley was on the board.
Yeah. So I actually went back and I was looking for something, and in 2022 we were talking about the Diamond Crest parking lot.
Wow.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be started when we did, it was supposed to be there before the park even started,
Yeah.
when the townhome started. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So long time coming.
Yeah.
And again, for update, that was paid through the parks dedication fee tax. So in lieu of dedication, what the official name is called. So from
Cool.
development in the area.
Cool.
Staffing changes. To kick off the new year, we have welcomed a new park maintenance worker, Jeremy Couch, to our team. He's a Smithfield native. Jeremy has worked closely with our staff during his time at PAX Hardware, so he was a familiar face and fit in very quickly. Additionally, on Monday, February 2nd, our new recreation coordinator, Cassie Childerson, will be joining us. Cassie has worked seasonally in our recreation department. You may have seen her at many of our programs and events over the past year. She brings a wealth of experience in hosting programs and events for youth, and she's excited to start her new role and introduce new ideas to the community. Alex and I, and she can speak on it too, we were really excited through the interview process. She brought a list of ideas and programs she already wants to get going, and she's been emailing Alex back and forth already too, so she's excited. And then attached separately here, I got the end of the year report. So each year I put this together for just myself, Cynthia, and then the board as well. I do want to take a second and kind of just race through this with you all. So it should look like this here. And Shauna, if you're looking at it, it's at the very end of the packet.
Very.
Okay, thank you.
So through here, I have the master plan kind of split up between the short term, the medium term, and I don't have the long term on here just because it's a few years away and we haven't dug into that too much yet. But as you can see in the short term goals 1 to 3, these are what was laid out in the Parks and Rec master plan. And we have completed everything that was on the 1 to 3 year priorities. At the very end, the bold step is budgeted for 2026, and that's what we were talking about back in October, was the Smiths Fork Park project. As we were going into year 4, which is the medium term, you can see we've already made some points into this, completed some, have some things going on. So so the art was supposed to be looked at, which is Hawthorne Court, which is over on First and Bridge. We added art to downtown, and nothing's really going to happen to the area until we do construction. I think the roundabout is scheduled for 2027 if things move through there. The sport courts we added to the Smiths Fork project. We continue to work on trail components with the OK Trail, Riverwalk, and grant submissions for Eagle Parkway. Continue for fundraising for Heritage Park redevelopment, which we've been doing through the Community Awards Banquet. And then we continue to do sidewalk improvements around neighborhoods and investment into the Riverwalk. So kind of going through that each year, and it's kind of my goal is to make sure we stay on target with that. And then on the second page, you'll see some of the park maintenance, recreation, and senior center accomplishments. Some of the big ones on the park maintenance side were the work they do at Smiths Fork Campground. They do all those water leaks in-house. They did 10 this year. They also incurred no restroom-related reported concerns. We opened up Emerald Ridge Park, rebuilt some of the senior center awnings, added primitive camping to the campground and a new road to the scout area, installed new park gates to Smiths Fork and Heritage Park, and continue to knock out things that have been good. On the recreation side and facilities, we grew participation again for another year, and you can kind of see those numbers on the next page. Some great numbers. We added 40 more in spring soccer, 26 more in softball, 16 in volleyball, and 18 more in basketball participants in 2025, more than we did in 24. For facility rentals, we had 301 facility rentals. For reference, we had 225 in 2024, so a massive increase in facility rentals. And then an amazing one, and then we owe a lot to our campos for this. Well, we held a 50% occupancy rate for Smiths Fork Campground. It's up 8% from 2024. And on the revenue side, we brought in $80,000 more in revenue. So you can kind of see those numbers from between 2024 to 25 and continue working. A lot of that's on the recreation growth that we had, as well as those facility rentals and campground. Campground is a huge component of that, being up 8% from last year's. It's a great number. On the senior center side, Amy's been doing great work. We continue to break lunch records for each event or activity we have. We welcome a total of 194 new visitors in the senior center in 2025. In 2024, we welcomed only 76 new visitors. So just a huge increase of word getting out, the programs we're doing, and the great work she's doing there. And then some of the larger projects that are scheduled for 2026, as we mentioned, OK Railroad Trail construction. We have a job opening right now to hire a parks and facilities manager position that will oversee park maintenance as well as city facilities. We have ordered more park gates and parking blocks to go in our parking lots. If you go out to the soccer fields right now, we have middle parking blocks out there to help, one, prevent donuts and vandalism out there, but also help with just better parking. Riverwalk is currently in engineering right now. So hopefully here later in 2026, we may see some dirt moved for that. And then Smiths Fork Park project, which we'll also talk about a little bit today. And then Alex has all of her 2025 program and event registration numbers here. And then on the last page, you can see the sports registration numbers from 25 compared to the other years, and then the 25 facility rentals. But I do want to pass it over to Alex to kind of talk about what she's got going on this spring in her kind of quarter one, as we call it, for programs and events.
Yes, we have a few upcoming events for the spring, and there are mainly adult programs since the spring is the biggest youth sports season for us. So we have a Galentine's Day event on February 13th for ages 18 and up. Shauna recommended a Mahjong class, so we found an instructor to teach that on March 28th, and I opened it last week and it's already full. So we're looking at adding a second one. We have our adult egg hunt. This is the third year we've had it, and the other years it's sold out with 100 participants, and we already have like 20 enrolled right now, and it's in like 3 months. So we also help with the Chamber of Commerce egg hunt, and that's on April 4th. And then we have the date for the haunted campground. It's October 24th.
People are crazy about Mahjong.
They are. They really are.
They are in Liberty as well. Yeah.
I had 3 requests from citizens asking if we would look into it or consider it or team up with different organizations and businesses around town. So I actually signed up for 2. I'm going to learn it myself as well.
I know. That's what I'm sitting here thinking. Good Lord, there must be
Hmm.
something awesome about
Right?
it. I think I'm missing out.
So on your event registrations, you need to update the haunted campground if you had over 4,000 because it still says.
Yeah, did we put 3
Yeah.
on the other one? Yeah.
And it's amazing to see the growth in the rentals because we opened up the rental. We changed that a little bit a couple years ago, but then we added additional days for the senior center. So there's still more people going to the senior center and we're still getting more rentals on it. So
Yes,
glad
and-
it's getting used.
A lot of those are probably baseball fields. They get booked out like crazy. Any spare moment that we have, it's booked around our sports leagues. So that was way up from last year too.
Yeah. And then the camping thing, like, I think it's just continuing to improve it when the other campgrounds aren't improving. So people that want to that don't need to be lake view, which just means more bugs when I've camped at the lake.
Yeah,
But-
talking to somebody today, $40 a night. He was like, "Is that a good deal?" I was like, "It is a really good deal if you're staying, because he was looking to stay for a month." But it was like when you have water, sewer, and electricity all right there at your site for $40 a night. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty
It's a
good.
good deal. Yeah.
100% why we book, because it is full service. We have got everything we need. And so when we do our opening of our campers, we would like to be hooked up to sewer and water so that we can identify any problems. So that is a great advantage. When we try to go camping elsewhere, we do look into that option, but that is probably your biggest course. And then moving it to 50 amp, since all these campers are so much bigger that have the double air conditioners, that was a huge improvement as well as the pavement. We actually camped there, so I say kudos to everyone that's been part of that. I do appreciate it.
Cool. Well, Haley, that's what I have for my report. Unless you guys have questions.
Is there room to add space to the Smith Fork campground to have more spots? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, I think that needs to be for sure, and I think that needs to come up when we're talking through the Smiths Fork Park project we're gonna do. Because camping is growing. But yeah, when we get to the number 5, we can dig into that a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Remember it.
Yeah, JB, if you look at a map, there's a space where you added those primitive campsites back there, and that's the area. So since we leased from the Corps of Engineers, that land behind there is a no dig or till area. It'd be a great spot to add so many more spots back there, but we're really not able to. We'd have to build up, which is significantly costing money. I mean, we do have so much space at Smiths Fork Campground to the north and south. It would just be working to figure out ways to do that.
Yeah, I think if we went north towards the pump station, especially, and put in more trees and stuff in there, that would really look nice and cover up the pump station a little bit.
Would it make financial sense to do, or would it cost too much money and you want to get enough back to make it worth it?
Seeing the numbers we're getting, it would make a lot of financial.
Yeah, I
sense.
think that's
Yeah.
one of the things we gotta put, I mean, a ball field could cost us what, $300,000-$400,000, and it rents for what are we renting for now? $20 an hour?
15 without lights,
15.
25 for lights.
Yeah, so when you're talking a 50 amp of frost free and the plumbing are $40 a night, I mean, it pencils a lot quicker, I think. Just like with the shelters, when we start talking shelters, like we've been renting those out a lot more too, right? So if we have more shelters, we can pay for the shelters quicker, so.
Definitely growing. Okay, we'll move on to community wards banquet.
Okay. As I mentioned over the past couple of months, the Smithfield Community Awards Banquet is scheduled for February 26th. That's a partnership with the Parks and Rec Legacy Fund, with the Smithfield Area Chamber of Commerce. We're hosting a Night of Enchanted Honors at Iron Ridge. This celebrates citizens and dedicated volunteers in our community while raising funds for both the Legacy Fund, and the Smithfield Chamber of Commerce. Following last year's event, the banquet committee and staff agreed it was important for the Parks and Recreation Committee to play a more active role in the banquet as it directly supports a major Parks and Recreation project. After discussion, it was decided that the committee will assist with the silent auction. Haley, who has supported this portion of the event over the past 3 years, has been working, will be working with you all that day if you can make it. And I'm looking to see if you guys have had a chance to look at your schedules to kind of do an official RSVP for that day. Haley's been working on the silent auction. We're looking to have it online, but once that officially closes, she'll need some help with making sure the correct people get their prize,
That they've been
yeah,
on,
items, yeah.
Yeah, they go to the right people.
I will commit to help. I probably more than likely will still be wearing a mask, but I have no problem committing to help with that.
Okay. And I know Lake Fest is nominated for a few awards as well, so be in the right
Yes,
spot.
thank you, thank you.
I'll try and make it there. I have lacrosse practice, but I'll see if I can get out of it.
Okay.
Well, and the silent,
not-
yeah, and the silent auction, the part where you really do need the most help is when it ends. So it is like
Would that be?
the end of the 8:30 or 9.
Yeah.
I
So
get out of practice at 8:30
if
or
you
9.
can come
I right
earlier, you
after.
can have a meal,
Practice at high
but
school.
Oh, I had Central Bank, but
Oh, yeah.
I can come after and come help.
okay,
We do something and clean up. We could always
Yeah.
use some help.
yeah.
so.
I'll just come out.
I won't be able to make that, but if there's anything I can do in the lead up to it, and perhaps let me know.
Yeah, we may need some help on Wednesday.
Getting dishes over there.
Yeah, with setup and things like that. Even just a couple hours
Yeah.
would help. So
Stage.
I'll put you down there for that.
Dishes. Everybody can help with dishes.
Are you going to the conference this
Mm,
year?
Oh, MPRA? No, it's not really for senior people like me.
You did
Active
say that, yeah.
adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex and I will be there, but the guys are gonna be around to help, so we'll be
Okay,
back. I'll be
Got it.
back Wednesday,
okay.
so. Wednesday night, Thursday morning, something along those lines.
And Kemper sometimes comes with me to this, but he's not coming this
Okay,
year.
I had him down,
Well,
so.
I know, cause he really does.
If you wanna bring someone else, you're more than welcome to. If you wanna bring a friend.
Well,
Recommendation
that
of
can
a-
boss around, cause I can boss him around pretty easily, so it's gotta be someone that's comfortable with taking direction from me.
Recommendation for attire is black slacks and just a nice blouse appropriate, or do you want us
No,
dressing
you
up?
gotta dress like your favorite Disney character.
Oh, is
So
it Disney? Cause I seen it change it.
Yeah.
I thought we were going
No,
like
no
Forest.
Donald Duck in it though. No.
It is a
It's
Disney
free
theme.
play.
I know a few businesses will be doing some kind of theme within their group. But if you don't dress up, it is nicer attire. So
Thank you.
Matt didn't wear socks
Black
one year.
pants and
It's
and a
controversial.
blouse would be.
not wearing
good
socks right
shopping.
now.
Yeah, it's controversial and Matt doesn't wear socks, so.
Okay, anything else on the community awards banquet?
Food, eat
Move-
food, spend money.
Yep.
Oh.
Move on to Smith's Fork Park Engineering and Design.
Okay. So this is more just an update for you all. We've had a few Board of Alderman meetings where I've spoken regarding this project and some decisions kind of were made in the last January 20th meeting. So at the November 18th board work session, staff presented discussion on alternative construction project delivery methods. The board directed staff to further review these construction options and bring forward recommended methods for upcoming projects. Over the past few years, the city has experienced several challenges in delivering large capital improvement infrastructure and improvement projects. These challenges include project schedule delays and equipment procurement issues, low bid contractors lacking capacity for resources to perform, and unforeseen site conditions resulting in significant change orders. To improve predictability and performance, staff have reviewed alternative project delivery methods as a potential option for larger and more complex projects. On January 20th, staff presented again to the Board of Aldermen on direction staff thinks is best for the Smiths Fork Park project. Staff is recommending proceeding with selection of an owner's representation that will assist staff with the development of the project, estimates, contractor selection, and work through the various alternative delivery methods and RFQ processes. An owner's representation, or OR, acts as the city's advocate and technical resource from project planning through construction. They do not perform construction work, but instead provide independent expertise to assist staff in navigating project delivery options and evaluating the most appropriate path forward. This includes guidance to related cost estimating, scheduling, constructability, and risk management, as well as assisting with procurement process and ensuring fiscal responsibility. They would also support collaboration among the city, design professionals, and construction partners while helping protect the city's best interests throughout the life of the project. I'll continue to give you guys update on the project, and we'll be looking for we'll be looking for a Parks and Recreation Committee representative to sit in on interviews for the owner's representation process. Just a quick more down to earth thing is it's basically another set of eyes and reassurance through the whole process. It's very common for smaller organizations who don't have all the support staff, project managers, financial people on their team that have the time to go through and research each item. And when we were going through this process and talking to others, ball field projects have a lot of small things that can cost a lot of money, and if you don't take the time to research the other options out there, you could be spending money where you really don't need to. This also gets to the point where we can also go, when they work with architects or even constructions, they've worked on other projects, they can take their stuff that happened then back then and make sure we don't do it here, or vice versa. So that's what we're looking at. That just happened on the 20th. So I'm looking into those owner representations who do this side of work and look at setting up some time for interviews.
So how is it different from a project manager? Or is it like a project manager?
We don't have a project manager on staff.
Yeah, is this person like that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they do help on the ground, but they also help. They have a team that does like the work behind the computer too, and researching materials, products, things like that.
Just the hiring, outsourcing the stuff that Matt and Chuck might have to do, and
Yeah, and don't have as much experience in. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, if the city had done, some kind of project similar to this or another multi-million-dollar project, we may not go this route, but with this being the first time
Oh, yeah.
something this large has come through the city, want to make sure it's done right. And it's a pretty unique project in that our budget's going to be a little limited, so we're going to have to get creative through that process. And talking with the school district who is currently going through these projects, that was their recommendation of, try to have as less hands in the pocket as usual, because usually we would bid for design, and then we would go through an architect, and then we go out for construction. So you got 3 different people there. This hopefully will work with one person, and they'll put us in the right direction, maybe skip some different steps there. So
Cool. Sounds good.
okay.
Anything else on?
If you're interested on being on that interview committee, let me know.
Anything else on that one?
When do you want an answer if we want to voluntarily be a part of that interview process?
Probably within the next week or 2.
Okay.
I
just
haven't set
think
up any interviews yet, but I am looking just to put together a committee to look through that when that's open. So
yeah, I would gladly sit in and help.
okay.
if no one volunteers, you get voluntold.
Yeah.
If anyone has any experience, I have no idea. I feel like I would be useless in that meeting, but
I actually went through interviewing, processing the situation, task, action, or result. They call it a STAR program. So when you ask someone, you're hoping to them to provide you, I probably shouldn't disclose this out there, but you're wanting them to provide you a situation, their action, what they did, the task, and then the results. And if they don't give you those answers, then as a committee, you should say, okay, they didn't tell me the action. So you kind of have to lead them again and ask them a different way of wording the question. But I would just monitor. I wouldn't lead, but I could give those benefits to you guys as well.
And talking with the one owner's rep that we did interview to just gain more knowledge on the process, is they would still have you guys involved through the process as we were going through the stages. similar to how we did Emerald Ridge Park.
Perfect. I'll sign up. I'll help.
Okay.
Okay, we ready to move on? Anything else? Then we can move on. Senior Center building name discussion.
This. I'm gonna kind of jump down a little bit off this, and I definitely forgot to scroll. Jump down to the paragraph 3 here. So through conferences and discussions with other departments, we are seeing a generational shift in senior center attendance. Today's senior centers are more often utilized by older age groups, while those in their 60s and 70s may be hesitant to participate. Research is showing there's a stigma around the word senior, and that removing it from building names and advertisements can help attract a broader audience. Additionally, our current building is included in the Parks and Rec Master Plan, which is part of a larger strategic vision. The aim is to expand beyond the current facility by increasing senior services, recreational programs, and facility rentals. The road to a bigger building is to show the need. Staff would like to clarify there is no plan or discussion about removing senior services from the building or our program offerings. Our goal is to continue increasing attendance and provide more opportunities for the community. With that in mind, staff is seeking direction on potential name change to make the facility more inviting to both 60+ community and the general public for events and programs. So as I mentioned in this report, I was supposed to meet with them Friday, was hoping to add this to the report before it was sent out, but with the weather changes on Friday and Monday, I didn't get to meet with them until yesterday on Wednesday. And through our meeting with the Smithville Senior Board, it was a pretty unanimous decision. One, they like to see, I basically showed them this here and presented it to them, and they really they were glad that Amy and I were going out and thinking about different ways to change this. But they agreed and confirmed that they are willing to have the word senior removed, because a few of them were actually telling us stories of how they were trying to invite their own friends, people they meet in the community, to come to the senior center for a lunch, and a lot of them got the same answers of, "Oh, I'm not that old." And even them at our table, I mean, all of them are young, active people that have energy, and they don't see themselves as seniors either. And I do think, as you saw through our numbers through rentals and programs, we have a potential to grow this even more. And we have people that call us and don't know the senior center, or we'll do a program at the senior center for a recreation program, and they didn't even know this was available to rent. They just see it as one thing, as the senior center, and that's it. So the seniors are wanting to kind of take that stigma away. I think with their approval now, I think we should all feel a little bit more comfortable that they would be on board with doing that as well. So the last time we spoke back in October, I had made one suggestion of Smithville Activity Center. A few of you had a few other suggestions, but I do think we can take the time to discuss. If you like Smithville Activity Center, if you'd like to express other options out there, and we can discuss that here today.
Did you say that name to the seniors?
I did.
What did they think?
They did like it.
I like that too. I think that would be a good name.
I
don't
like
think
that it
community
doesn't
center
have
would be good,
community
though.
center. Yeah, I was about to say, if you put community center, it gives a false interpretation of what we're doing, but I think activity center is a wonderful name.
I think it encompasses everything we do in there is strictly activities at this current moment, So,
Unless we're building an actual community center, we shouldn't
Yeah.
put that in the name.
yeah, and I would agree with you on that. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. If they were happy with it, then yeah.
Whatever makes them happy.
We gotta keep the seniors happy. Yeah, and if they're on board with promoting it that way, and
And I add this into in my report, and we're renewing our contracts, or not really a contract, it's now a resolution with the Smithville Senior Board and the group that uses the facility inside there. Is to remind them that we have no plans to remove senior services from the building or from the programs that we offer. So if you hear the rumors out there, please shut them down pretty quickly. And our senior board has been doing that too, because every once in a while, what we talked about in October, and it got out that we were trying to get them out of there. It's like, no, go back and watch the video, please. So if you guys would like to move forward with Smithfield Activity Center, you guys can make that motion and I will bring that forward to the Board of Aldermen for their thoughts and opinions on that too.
Let's do it.
Want to make the motion to, what are we making the motion
What
to
exactly?
bring it to the Board of Aldermen?
Or
Is
make the
this-
motion to rename the Smithfield Senior Center to Smithfield Activity Center.
Yeah, I'll motion to rename the Smithfield Senior Center to Smithfield Activity Center.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you all.
Okay, next on the agenda, park naming discussion for current Diamond Crest Park.
I was hoping you guys are making a lot of
We're renaming
history
things
here.
Left and right, yeah, wow.
All right. So the park currently known as Diamond Crest Park was originally named based on its proximity to Diamond Crest neighborhood. Since that time, the park has evolved beyond a single neighborhood facility and is now physically connected to 3 surrounding neighborhoods, functioning as a true community park rather than a neighborhood park. Those subdivisions are Clay Creek, Townhomes, and Lake Meadows. With the recent completion of the new parking lot, the expected construction of the OK Railroad Trail connection, and the existing splash pad, access to and the use of the park will continue to grow. In light of these improvements and features, staff recommends starting a formal process to establish an official name for the park. Staff's proposing opening the naming process to the community through social media and the city newsletter, inviting residents to submit name suggestions over a defined period. Staff will review all submissions and select top 3 name options, which will be brought back to the Parks and Rec Committee for consideration at the April meeting. The goal is to finalize an official park name in advance of the planned ribbon cutting ceremony around Memorial Day weekend, allowing the new name to be incorporated into signage and public communication. Staff is looking to move forward with this process. If the committee has any suggestions on that process, open to further discussion.
I think it sounds like a good idea. I was just rereading that, yes, they will have all the suggestions, but not the final vote on it. So I think it sounds like a
Mhm.
good way to get community involved in something fun.
And then make people feel like it's not just one park and it's for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, and that's the reason, JB, that's why I kind of did it. Was hearing just communication out there when we post stuff on social media calling it Diamond Crest Park, and a lot of them are like, it's not Diamond Crest. Because people think it's their neighborhood park, and it's not. It's more open now.
And,
Mhm.
and so that OK Railroad Trail that connects to what's Diamond Crest Park now, is that correct?
Yeah.
Where does it run along? Does it run along like?
Can you pull up a map?
I'm
Yeah, we can
just,
do that.
Run
Thank you.
straight south through the right of way.
And with that trail, do we have to keep honoring, because that is obviously a historical landmark, we're supposed to probably keep that trail the same name, correct?
We have to, yes. That's the only
Okay.
reason we got the grant.
Thank you for
Correct.
clarifying.
When we just called it Diamond Crest Trail, they automatically denied it. When we put in some provenance that said it was a historic right of way, they gave us a lot of money.
Oh, I agree. I
A-
like
a-
the heritage.
A lot of money.
I like that they talk to that. I like that I like that it brings in like Humphreys. I mean, it brings the old Smithville heritage in. So I do like the name of it.
Mhm.
Shauna, do you see that on your screen?
I do. I've got my iPad up looking at the minutes and then using
I
my
just want to
phone.
make sure it's seen
Yep.
on the shared
Uh-huh.
screen. All right, so yeah, Ben, you have splash pad here, and so right now you can kind of see the actual trail, and right now it's just millings, and so it's just kind of like a gravel trail that goes. It starts like right here, and it funnels down in between this old railroad right away.
The only right of way we have left.
Yep, and then there's a little trail connection here from the neighborhood that gets into here, and then there will be one here as well. There's basically a man-made trail here from the kids that go down through here. But yeah, it comes down through here and then ends right here. You can kind of see, and then it'll come here. So what the trail will actually be, it'll be a paved trail, concrete 12-foot trail that'll kind of finish this sidewalk here. It'll go down through here, make its way up, go further up this way, come up here, and it'll make a right turn and it'll connect into this sidewalk right here. And then they'll have up there, if you've been up there recently, now you have the parking lot that comes through here and it attaches all through this area, and then we'll have a walking path right here. And then in the grant, there's benches, butterfly garden, and water fountain all in this spot here. So
It's awesome.
yeah. So it'll connect 3 neighborhoods: Diamond Crest, Clay Creek, and then Lake Meadow. And then ultimately the goal is we have easements through here. The trail can continue down through here, it'll go behind this neighborhood. And then the ultimate goal is to figure out how to get it from here to here, or from here to here, so we
We
can
get right
connect
there
it
at
to.
Trade Winds, we have a little bit.
Could you get it all the way to Eagle Heights? Would that be possible?
That's
That-
the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah, so the property owner right there between Lake Meadows and Trade Winds is the challenge.
Is he not a fan of it?
We just have to talk first. But it is on someone's property.
We've talked a lot
Yeah,
of times.
it's on someone's property.
Yeah, because originally all that, if you zoom out a little bit more, Matt. So all the way from where it says associate deliveries, whatever, at the end of Lake Meadows, all the way out to 169, and all the way down south to 188th was original Lake Meadows subdivision platted.
Hmm.
And then it got sold off. So that was all supposed to be housing.
That'd have been a huge neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the
Is there a
one
way we
around
can do a
one around-
loose sponsorship and kind of like put their name? Because I know who owns this property. Do a sponsorship some way and putting their name somewhere in this program. Is that something we could bring to them possibly and offer that?
You're welcome to try.
Let's get step 1 done and show how popular it is and how many people want to go to that park.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does that answer your question, Ben?
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank
Cool.
you.
Yeah, and so signage, I'd like to have some signage here on 169, obviously here on W, and then with our basic, or with our current branding, we'd like to have our rock sign and a location somewhere near this park. So
Excited to hear what.
And at the board meeting, we talked about for future projects, because if you look on the map from 188th south, when you're talking connecting to Eagle Heights, 188th south to that subdivision and then going all the way down to 180th is one of the board priorities to get that all connected to. So in 2030, I think is when we talked about that. Whatever the county wants to build it sooner, they're welcome to. But yeah, it's a long stretch of road right there from 188th to.
here. So yeah, it'd be from
So, yeah.
Flower Park. So there's gonna be a subdivision here, so there'll be a sidewalk coming soon that'll go from
Trail.
here all the way,
Yeah.
trail. It'll go from here all the way up to 188th, but then the goal will be connecting that sidewalk here to 180th, because then you gotta think you'd have this whole neighborhood
Yeah.
could walk to Eagle Heights, and then eventually with the roundabout here, this neighborhood could cross in, and I mean, be a long walk, but
Yeah,
Walkable.
Rollins, getting Rollins connected and getting it connected
Yeah.
in the.
yeah.
Because Rollins Landing doesn't, I mean, they have a swimming pool, but they don't actually have a park. So like when I was younger,
Yeah.
we would walk to Harborview and go pet their park. So that would be another option too.
Yeah, as long as you get to Rollins, you're connected in, it's just getting that all the way down there.
So is everyone okay with the process of opening it up to the community, gathering some
Yeah.
results,
that's good to get
It's worked pretty good on the
community
other.
bring some names back to you in April, and
Yeah, good idea.
bring something too? Some recommendations through different Parks and Rec was, they're recommended to stay away from naming rights. Just through, it's better just to have a better park name rather than giving it to somebody with naming rights. In short,
Unless those naming rights are $5 million to pay for
Yes.
this work.
Yeah.
correct. Correct.
That's for
I
I would agree with you.
don't think it works for Diamond Crest, but they want to build a clover leaf for us.
Is it something that we can look into? I know we're talking long down the future, but placing benches there so that we can put memorial benches or, business.
We
can
could
put
do that
benches.
now. We do.
And-
We
benches.
already have the benches for the grant on this one, but we have the memorial bench program already through the.
Yeah, I can. If
Heritage knows.
people want memorial bench, we can get that done pretty quickly.
Perfect. Thank you.
Did we take the plate off the Big P bench since it doesn't exist anymore.
which
There's a
one?
few benches that's of businesses that didn't exist anymore. we
Yeah.
could Rename too, so,
But the ones that are, no.
yeah.
Anything else on the park naming discussion for Diamond Crest?
Motion to adjourn,
Okay.
Any
Sec-
new business?
not on there. It's not on the agenda.
No public comment.
You can always email me if you have something.
Okay, second to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Shauna.